This is WLWT News 5, leading the way with breaking news.
We are leading the way with breaking news. Romero Academy at Resurrection is on lockdown right now.
There is currently a large police response at the school. Our Brian Hamrick is there at the scene. Brian, it's obviously happening very quickly. What do you know?
Yeah, Stephen, well, it's all developing as we speak here, but take a look. You can see there's a large police presence out here, a lot of officers. They got police all the way up and down the street here. But what we know now, we've been able to determine just in the last 2 minutes here, is that this appears to be a pellet gun or a BB gun or something like that involved. A student was hit, apparently in the arm, but it was not even to the case where the student needed to be transported to the hospital. There were apparently 2 of these projectiles. They're still trying to determine what these projectiles are that were fired. One at the student, hit the student. Again, minor injury to the point that the student didn't have to be transported. The other went into the school, and if you can see just above the door, there's a hole in that glass. So it looks like something went through the glass. Police moments ago were digging in there trying to get out whatever it was. They said they've talked to neighbors here. Nobody heard gunfire, so it does not appear that this was a regular firearm or a gun. Again, it sounds like this was maybe a BB gun, a pellet gun, one of those plastic bullet guns, something like that. Again, they're still trying to determine all of that right now, but they've sort of narrowed down that part of it. The school does remain on lockdown just to so police can do their work out here. The other part of this is trying to find the suspect. Who fired this? Investigators do not know. Apparently, they fired this and then took off. They don't know if they were in a car, on foot, what the circumstances were behind all of this, but investigators are still out here. They're looking for video. They're talking to witnesses right now, trying to determine exactly what happened and where is the person who fired these projectiles. Reporting live, Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.
Yeah, Brian, obviously the situation still developing, still a lot we don't know. Was there any message from the school sent to parents that we know of, or parents being told not to come pick their kids up while things are happening?
Yeah, I asked police about that. They said there's no need for that, that everybody's fine inside, that they don't need anyone to come and pick up their students, that they're going to stay here. The school is still on lockdown, but again, most of that is just to try and make sure that police can do the investigation that they need to do here, but they're not asking parents to come. No danger to the school now. It's probably the safest place in all of Cincinnati at this point, with about 100 officers out here who are canvassing the area and still trying to figure out who this person was. Stephen?
Brian Hamrick reporting live for us from the school. Brian, thanks so much. We do appreciate it.
And we also want to get a check-in now with WLWT News 5's Curtis Fuller, who is also nearby, getting a conversation with the chief. Curtis.
Well, good afternoon. Brian gave you most of the details here, and obviously Chief Thigi on scene giving us an update. Still, this is breaking. You just don't have all the information. What can you tell us so far?
Correct. Right. Just a little while ago, we got a call. It came in as a shooting incident at the school behind us here on Iliff Avenue. What we have determined is it is not a shooting. It looks like maybe some kind of mischief with a BB gun or something to that effect. It's still under investigation. We had one student who had a scrape on her elbow, but nobody's seriously hurt. This is not a shooting. And the school and District 3 personnel are working cooperatively to investigate it.
When you say it wasn't a shooting, was there any kind of pellet gun or anything like that involved in this?
Yeah, that's still under investigation. Okay. That's still under investigation. What our preliminary investigation has revealed is not a firearm with a bullet. That was not used here.
Still concerning, though. Still
concerning, sure. Yeah. Sure, kids should be able to go to school and be safe in their school environment, absolutely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chief. Appreciate you. All right, so there you have an update, Chief. And, of course, we're going to get more information as the day continues. But the most important thing, the Chief's saying this was not a firearm used, and they're still trying to determine exactly what was involved here. And, of course, we'll have more for you tonight, beginning at 4 o'clock. Reporting live, I'm Curtis Fuller, WLWT News 5.
All right.